Number 2 about 2 ebenya de bentwam. Yamubi no kwani mbian kasa de. Some was Supreme Court. Kasa gina ya no kame na left. Kame ko right. Na nenti akama ko no. One share no bedi sa asem ya wo. Ntimi nkoka bi. Na mo mesra and the Attorney General of Ghana. Emra man kwani say adia bi ekoso na ohwe Ghana fo anigye nim a otumi ye de otwa so. Na no asenof. Be se papa no batwa na konyanum so nya MPP o no. Bankoto foforo. Batuma na na bantu amano. Bantu amano. Anya overwhelming majority no nya 57.56 oya bibi ketwa wa batum. As a matter of urgency, I'm appealing to the President of the Attorney General, President of the Republic, if he has any role to play, that trial should be aborted. The Attorney General should, as a matter of urgency, file a nolle prosequi to end that particular decision. Sir, make a way because that was what. Ma, ye did the Ghana for attempt. Ye did the Asenof for attempt. No credit, Samre engineer, me who sabi. Mpaswopia at the back Ghana said down for no, you be quite prosecute no. Now, so the Nigina quarter. Nabatwa money, MP Edman over than a gaggle. And Koya, Amayan Shamra Papa, and Masabi, Ghana for a near Juma, and Mampuntu Aqua. No better my blame. It's on this day. Now, make catchers and Samre, you are president. You know, I love you. This matter cannot go on. Attorney General. Odame, prayer the share, Bono the share, Shawumum, Coco Chasem, if you are, we inquire him as Ghana for.
Waman Hene, Babina Sante, Waman Hene, Babina Sante, Waman Hene, Babina Sante, what can I say? What carry on?
9 minutes after 5, higher Sempa 94.7. Ekosiisen Jumedieno and Miracles Aboagye. Don't try to stay out.
That's it. That's it.
And I will stay out when I go stay in.
Oh, my son said my position on Asofo any I am from there.
Now, beyond
Asofo now, inciting people to violence.
That one
because of that position.
Oh, man, Kasa, me say me will quite the first one me the canoe.
Well, but
me person what here say na me canoe na kan yes na gombe say me canoe.
Okay.
Oh yes. I mean there because me no.
Yeah, don't worry. Obeka kwan no person faso canoe. Obeka na sa kwan.
I think you na so be pia me.
No, so no. Ebi ano ono 207. And you know, I remember the no.
I think we don't say you, right? See how
that has been the I think they say
you will be a broad controversy so what.
No, that is a tick for everyone said usage of English language. What is
that's what it is. First, I want to work at 2 paragraphs.
We need the ano because at your age,
and at the bias on a certain position on the matter.
So I same see how
I same see on the position and that is a
position sometimes. Sometimes the position about two social media no. I am a
become a dream.
And I won't call what you never say you must say process here process.
Oh yeah, I've always been like this.
Only now they don't go chicken say be any pa 8 jira na 2 pe do be ko the chicken
say he's all the free baby na ebe you.
That's what I call my hand that's all free baby na ebe you. Oh I am not so na me call my. I tell me to so be cat say me na. David I think over the radio so na okay. They come before radio.
I
think that before radio or something. And look at it in twice easy.
Oh,
I think. I think. Radio. I think they say I'm the priest from there sympathetic. It's all confirm. Yeah, Kase, it's not me say word be sing controversy. Me say I take it. Say nipa 200.
Or no veteran work or one.
No, Canadian different.
When with the one of
oh, now me say obet be can na fe mo na na mu say mo hwe mo hwenim. Ko na mo so my ko bisa na mo ya wrong. Oh, obet ka na mo na mo do so no.
When you say asma ka che me.
What if you baby na eba?
Enu nti na behind the scenes me din ko bi o to Maravu. But because no they may fact no.
But no matter.
I
say Facebook bi ko hwe ni police mo ha mo. Ti I think no better 100 gram mu na am group no. Obetimi akasa na mo mai confuse ana mo 100 no mo na mo nzi ase ana ono ko na.
Le akwa. Party boko there.
I went there them.
Ngeti mo move is no.
Yeah, vice.
Job yeah, former president Chidomo you know.
One victory. One no problem. Me say what say answer when say Gyakye run.
O say me musa that's
what say Gyakye answer.
Me musa say.
Na do musa me say Gyakye na yin.
Bless him what me ayi obebo.
Ye yi account here.
O say that wait me you know there.
That was. And that what me me ya was. Ye yi account.
I don't see my man.
Nobody comes close. Nobody comes close.
Then you see one's victory.
What are you talking about?
Then is one's victory.
Don't talk
like that.
Nkasasa.
What do you mean?
And I don't want victory.
But what do you mean by that statement?
The statement I've made.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
When you're beyond controversy.
I think children. What do you mean by that statement?
It's a statement of fact.
Statement of fact.
Oh, yeah, victory.
What do you mean by
this year? When did you say Ombe Winnie? Yes, sir. No. Just like any other party in this contest.
But that's what I said, say, Mame no bianca way. Mame na echo.
Oh, sir. And I'm saying, oh, NDC 4 penny. Yeah, they want victory.
Oh, mine.
And no. I want to link what I've said to what you said.
Oh, mine.
Me linking me.
I
so say Mame no partner Jonah. The NDC does not why we.
Where are we friends? And just one statement. Who come you know? What is vague about that?
Now see NDC to me. I say already 2 million.
It's a statement of fact.
That cannot be. It's
not a statement of fact.
No, it's not necessary because NDC.
So now you who has the party?
No opposition. No, when the case or no opposition.
So I merely stated what is factual.
Oh my God!
I'm not confused.
For once, I'm giving 100% credit. What is it?
More question. I said,
it's a statement of fact.
Dennis Aboagye
no party
they are looking for power. So
exactly.
Yeah, that's it. And
if you want to link it to some other statement, that's up to you. Me cash here. I just stated what is factual.
I just ask a simple question. Say, Omonya Obi Obebo John Echidomana. That's just the second.
And my answer wasn't related to your question. I just made a statement.
No problem.
Why do you need this factual?
If your answer was not related to the question, then the question was
where from the NDC power.
So where from this was
the TV show be question no be can answer. I was show issue.
Yes, call them because
the question is so busy. Oh, I didn't know my pamo mame no.
You first it well and you got the proper answer.
When they say how.
But my man bisa now we can be bisa. Mame no.
They say question bisa answer no baby.
Initially we bisa no person yano.
I say obi asuma me matisi yi obi.
And me say who the later who can say oh na mame no what say mame no ye be.
Oh no I call baby you know me can say.
You know.
Be say me to the best of my knowledge. Mame na ebo John Echidom. That's the former president.
So why did you ask him the question you asked him earlier?
Just to confirm, we say me.
He was not meant to confirm the OT, no. It was to elicit a particular answer.
He said, "We have a question on interrogations."
As I come as I can pay no be original. Then you idiot.
Yeah, probably. I go party before. We are not relaxed after saying.
Oh, that means relax. Sunday, I mean the hit. I mean,
it is a reflection of 2024. Is it not the case?
I mean, so we so winning in our country. Well,
we are done a quem.
Oh.
And the medical we say, when you be a all bought a year, man, paying to become a I mean, what do you know is the party's calendar or structure of activities? The first, I mean, the last schedule was set by presidential primary and parliamentary together. And Gyakye no be. You muna, I'm saying, 2 by-elections never in between after say which is your friend saying. Kumawu by elections and then right after and so about some weeks after none is send off. After Gyakye sabi penisa twinu a sabi separate yempendanta. Nti abra no so a nipa kwa woni president Mahmoud Bakode we bondi. Party shena na brebe.
Oh, I
see about to bring man at any moment from
not necessarily. I mean the party hierarchy any woman cuz I mean their plan. So that's it. I remember I think somewhere 2020 so Obondi I wasn't in Ghana there, but I think so. I'm one in terms of some kind of yeah.
But my mom will refuse the Mojaja and maybe to say Minianum, you know, age now. I was West. I
mean, you know, if you never at least I've been a Boakwa grant to me. I think I'm where Boakwa South, if I'm right. I hope around some parliamentary. I think so. Yeah, but I was West Open, which is woman,
any Fred Nyama.
But I was also one day and so I mean there are 1 or 2 beer handful beer but definitely they will clear it because I would say you're in a few but don't say yeah now sometimes you have to delay something just to get something done. Right. For instance as in of the I mean more or less a mandatory thing by the court or even by law. So they are saying now say you few and then you can come home and then deal with the whole matters. So that's it. I mean it's not late. Say those people now. It will be dealt with.
Just a brief comment on Domahini's statement, on Gyakye
Quayson. His lordship. Well, I think I don't personally have anything wrong. I don't really see anything wrong with whatever he said. Is any opinion? We need to chance. He's a lawyer. He's a judge. What I say, and his competence is not doubted. Okay, he understands the law. What's not doing? Sir, it do be and penny say here as an air fata. Here as an air fata. Inti on not dream who say, baby, I be dreaming. O mine. Sir, you better talk cost where the ye such and the veteran die wrestle. Akobona send you muna, you as I could not talk about Afrobium, Akotabium, the Sabbath Pratin, and to only you knew when to see mono. A crash work on way. And Marano Suma, Attorney General, Quanso because work on way. And non only prosecuting. So what I say, I walk with me enter. And by the law, no, mine, court to be any Ghana. In fact, it's not that room is not just Ghana and Benewo. All other jurisdictions that I know of which are practice law in. No court can question Attorney General as to why until I enter and only prosecute. Or enter no one said court no a jazz and maybe to be a wood. So what I say, into a team so with my enter. And that it will save cost and every other thing. But so on tie no better cost or better cost why we live to see the end of the matter. And whatever happens, we are all here to cooperate.
I see.
Yeah. Intermediate personally. Nana asem waka ye no. Say me kan me hu bibia and phone so na dwen watch. And suggestions or the advice we will be and they are form of suggestions. Open up an offer. So that's it. There are times that lawyers have advised. In fact, even our own attorney general, his own people may advise him on things and others, and yet maybe or not understand. No, it's different. Okay, so there's nothing wrong. And I don't watch it. I mean, that is up to you. But I think it's not just him. I mean, I've heard several other people. Maybe ideas have not come out loud as this one. But Martin Van Bebria, I was singing the same hymn as his worship or Nana is singing. So what I say? It's minimum there. I don't see anything wrong with that. It's quite okay to do that if say Attorney General Betty Nkwandia, but the government I know will not listen.
Atik.
Right. Lady Kamancha, Republic of Gambaga for no mean chair.
As a Ben Fish in Ongo. Republic of Gambaga.
And I mean, Chairman Prugumine. I say Mamprugu. So the kingdom is called Mamprugu. And within that kingdom, no, you are the Republic of Gambaga.
Oh, okay.
Gambaga
she Mamprugu.
Oh, yes. Yeah, it's also part of Mamprugu, Wali, Nina, Eka Mamprugu, Maimo, Michelle, and Omonina. Now, you can say, with is just an aside, you know. I'm so beside me question, say, anyway, and you say, and your question, but one I can say, NDC for is most likely from maybe a UT and information I will kitano. Says most likely so more the Mamino as an outsider media. Same is me chairman. Oh yeah, okay. Initially me come and be, which was merely stating a fact. NDC for me GDN say on pese omunya to me in the next election. On be winning me boa. Na say if that is the case, dear, so much dream and so much dream who be who runs with their candidate. You know, as I said, the candidate is as important as Nipana or any Econo. Now, MPP, you know, the MPP like to pride themselves with the accomplishments of Ora Dr. Aboagye, so Obey running mate, you know, Buan and a campaign, he was able to bring in a lot of votes in Nasifo. And I think that should be a watchword for every political party that seeks power. Say, Nipana, Obeba Bebo, Francatuni, no, Obeba Bon Chidom, no, and Obebuano, no. The person should be seen adding some votes to the ticket. Now, media, it is my hope, say, NDC for better now say, I dream who be na omatu ye, I mean, omudi ye atu ye. Now, Ocean Ekosiisen. Then this wouldn't say the NDC is the only political party that has not maintained a running mate in 2 consecutive elections. Wouldn't say
NDC.
Oh, yes, since 92. Omunya Akaba Koye. At a Musbai, he did once. Mahama, in fact, and at a Musbai and of Odikan for Machinamidu, no far Mumuni, no far John Mahama. John Mahama so far, Emisata, and over far Mami Nana Jinupuku.
Emisata died.
So does that invalidate the fact that they've always run with one candidate?
Consider that fact as well.
No, he did not have
exactly.
No.
So if you don't got to give you a message.
No, Abia, you am Fabian Casem.
No.
No, Abia, no. Martinamidu was alive. Yes, so Jan confirm. No, you see, idea okay. As your Otiasia and Abia Beba, but the fact is that it didn't happen. And I'm speaking to the facts. Says since 92, every running mate has run or has had the chance only once. Ultimas, oh, man, yes, sir. Yes, I'm from my how? You see, oh, and beyond the facts, and it is for good reason, Obisamia, because there will be corner year. Usually they do internal debriefing, normal some the right questions. Then they come to the conclusion, say, hey, we are going forward, and each time they do that, no, I say a buawom. Now, media, and if you are a political watcher and you care to be truthful, it is in the interest of the NDC to look for an alternative. Minkaze Mamini and you're competent, but Abatuo requires much more than, you know, just competence. It requires a lot more to be able to bring in the votes. And media, like I said, party bia any say on to me. And to look for power, there are some hard decisions, tough decisions I told you I said would take it. And one of it would be for the NDC's candidate to look for an alternative to the current running meter or even in the 2020.
So your belief is that the previous one there, that
is my belief. Looking at the terrain, the dynamics are was a CA. if indeed the ultimate aim is to win political power, not just to participate in the elections, me GDN say they should ask the tough questions and take the tough decisions, and chief amongst our decisions, would be to look for an alternative. Otherwise, you don't want a reanimator who is, I'm constrained in using the word drag, who would be a drag on your campaign, but who will be a, otissimo and also kakra the bebana bit me abwa. What I say, but of course, ultimately the decision lies with the candidate. And your party no kwampo candidate is all decided, then the party would approve or disapprove, whatever the case may be. Na my member or my na oka domadi. Ordinarily, my view, and say, Anke be ya, na. It may not be a good precedent to say Obidi Boni I am Fanchan because in Abe MP. It may not necessarily be a good precedent. However, Ushe the way I normally see, if, and I'm using the word if, the operative word is if Papi is found guilty, now Okodemwa, what becomes of the people of Asin North? It would mean, says, 4 years they have not had the benefit of full representation in Parliament. Because Papa Nbe half no krana, he was sitting on 10 dogs, and they see member Mount Nasi or China, and finally they asked him not to come again. And finally he didn't go court na ye in free horns and Osako we need by election. Obana or Kobima, let's just say the people of Asin North have not really we would not have had the benefit of full representation. Until coming Kwadianka at the risk of suggesting say yen set is a bad precedent, and coming kwandi anka yen shena ebia if we can allow brofne kan zembo tamper justice with mercy and amukan zen bibisa, but of course there is a risk say you will be setting a bad precedent, so be the bonny and the mere fact say ni panabe mpini die say the channel it's quite a tight balance, but whatever it is coming kwandi anka you bit me ahwe na.
So where do we temper justice with mercy?
Oh, me see me.
No,
where I
so I'm asking where? Where do you?
No, it's in court. And how do you mean?
No, I mean what I mean is that say yakase oriented no.
No, me can't say Papa no can near, but me come asemba. Me see a coming quadia, and I would suggest that. But that is ordinary me. What must say? But and ordinarily biaka or mine can and your bonny. But the very minute you occupy a certain position to say judge, it makes it difficult. Your kind of ordinarily the bonny be him because me crana miti me nyaya, like I said, at the risk of setting a bad precedent, and kaibeti me aye bibia fa ho sene be ya the case no cry and twice will be so that the people of Asin North can have the benefit of full representation to the end of parliamentary term we know. But we a judge now in some I mean bet me aka enye ni nyina na wo bet me aka what is here and you see judges cry and shadan socialize bebrisa for some good reason until somebody be wa me met me aka wo judge won't me nka because of juma wo ye nti until fan say in an extreme case and hypothetically na case e be pie wo papa nanim so no be presiding judge. What do you think the implication is going to be? Giving commenter or making until I'm gonna say oye judge na man aye bibi no otherwise anka the content of what he said no and you who sir because it's an appeal a lot of people have made and continue to make, but wakwe judge ni there won 70 be wo ha o can a hard kakra. It is in that context I feel say he could have been more measured and abia Uncle Betty concern would have been very explicit. Well, so that enquiry to say, who judge a bantena who can sema who can as for. But otherwise, I feel say a bad idea to want to, like they say, tamper justice with mercy. Senabeya, asim not fonti, ye sha na ye ebia ye manakawa obetimi abuana they get the kind of representation they need no. But like I said, it is also at the risk of setting a certain precedent, which may not be entirely pleasant. And it's a fine balance, and I don't know how the Attorney General is going to do that. it appears on his intent on prosecuting the case to the latter or pursue case to the end. But minim ABR when suggestions such as.
But what would be the justifications in interest?
And Namika, full of one thing, Namika, you are busy.
What would be the justification?
Namika, what you were busy.
What should Benkun washing if? And yet the busy aspect of what I'm doing. What should Benkun washing if? What will be the justification as suggested by Attorney General?
The justification is to allow the people of Asin North to enjoy the full benefit of representation. What you must say, and it is for the Attorney General to weigh to place the weight of sa benefit against the President Mika Nwasemi and see which one in his view weightier, not the Ayejuma. And I'm saying, I am appealing. I know, there is that risk. There is that risk of setting up bad precedent. You say, we did Bonikrana by MP now, a bit media show because the argument would be, who represents. But it's a fine balance. I don't know how it's going to work that balance. But because we know the Niema we na ye kakra say at the end of the day I can be 1.5 years meboa we can find a way around it. The man can serve the remainder of the term. Now the people of Asin North at least for the first time can have some uninterrupted representation in Parliament. But judge ni die wakwe judge enuna ama asemna akwe ni akwe no, and I would expect going forward ninsem ni bi that are a bit sensitive he should be slightly measured in how he says them. Obianka say don't have an opinion, but human be especially your opinion if it borders on Juma Wuyen, because we I am right Juma it is something to do with the court and the legal process. And that you are a judge. I would expect going forward he should be more measured, especially in his public utterances on matters of law and legal processes. Okay,
Dr. Dakwa Odisi, you who calls Amatik? Another question.
And then who calls him the Papa Nana course in Adia. Like I said, it's our dictum no maximum. I think it's for good reason. Tina man for Taka say unim say nipano minkaze wa yam from so, but ebia nipano so yam from so krana. You weigh that against the collective good. Now what to who say between exacting punishment from Papi any the collective good now me my dream no collective good no seems to outweigh sa punishment na per se yedima sa papa no wo hwe sana for the collective good now I say okay wo de yam fanche nemum ye bebo no koko and whatever it is, but it's a fine balance. I don't know how the Attorney General is going to go through that, but it's up to him. But my appeal is that on Shena, if there is something to be done na jail term biamba na prosecution and to us there, I'm all for that.
Okay, so Nyoma me no answer na what was. I want respectfully, my Lord Daniel Mensah does. Lord Daniel Mensah does Sami Jemfi's job better. His non-prosecutorial remarks is no different from what he said when Mr. Mahama visited Doma in 2016. The AG knows what he is doing, and Vice President Akufo-Addo won't interfere.
President
Akufo-Addo won't interfere in his work. Samuel Brian Boabe and Onodiwe and Swaba. Atik, now who calls some? The people of Sal have survived almost 7 years now without representation in Parliament. Why? Dr. Dakwa is the way about. Miracles.
I think so, me. Like I said, you were a cool maybe or my family uncle. As of war, and they are him for the Mbiano. Same say, Banasa, if you so for you, and I say, if you are him, you are. Na amane kano ayedin kakra me twin ensem na ekoso no ho a de ba mitiri mo ne sem say o man we say uniska unya sikeni ana wonde wo ho ana say unya big man wasem em bo man sa ne pemi no kase la twum de so ha de court no di wa kwane ba ene me no kase ye ne ye de obi a fitana pondi die I no tea. Okura obi shop. No akowia corn beef. Anything up. And the menu can say not to make 3 months, 4 months. So I
want to find it in corn beef.
Menu can say you will be a. It's on the say number. Any DNT and pay and menu can say a court. No. Call most of the ninja adjournment anymore. Oh, come magistrate court and say, go on to the adjournment, ye titty on some oh, then would for now call. Ye should only find it or call man by 6 months, 8 months. And look, you read to be few. You say, where friends say, investigate, assess of prosecutor. So when you do a bunting, that's one who prosecutor, who court case in the grandma. Opa koko to buy police station na kwahisa me no ka say eni nkrofo ya mom police remand da edu for 1 year o the cantonment police station they are making a question say the omo committee contempt pa wo papa ya semu hu omo ka no o enyina ya sink ye ntwa so enyina ya say is it the case that you see ye ntwa so be say article 7 na pa is it the case that you see ye ntwa so because only for and odibim. And I say, yes, you trust because Odibimus you trust. Is that the case? Because there are so many people in our courts today. You can see a share the weight of someone power of mine. I can't jump. Me tell you, I'm say emphasis here power ya to abamani. Say, you didn't go to man for so many of us. Oh my, mamma na and dra. O ko be from ko child the buru. E de ko feeding the man. Oh my. See, you look at 2 months for so many of us. So many of these things are in our courts. Why are we jailing those people? There are people whose crimes who quantify economically and 50 Ghana cedis. You don't want to. On my way, we are can't crash for community service sentences. Up to now, maintain say omo kasa den this omo your lawyer for come say and I say maintain so mubia catch information about parliament zone. Maintain so mubia team can say parliament na so. Ye for community service sentence in Mbra obi anka you. Today, the majority of the citizens who are jailed for trivial things, as I want to call it, are the ordinary person. The one who doesn't know a certain ethic, the one who doesn't know a certain miracles, a certain lawyer chum, a certain omahine. Thousands of them this morning, and some of them who could see a case in Ukraine because of Bakot when you be in the chairman. There are people in remand in Accra police cells today. Accra, them 2.5 years. The doctor in Ukraine, yes, to me, say investigate and you are transferred maybe 2 years ago. Until Ukraine, you have forgotten. You will few cross out the police station. I'm telling you, see here in Accra, and you hinterlands put a make out. Now wait there. Obayan, Niti ye, Obedom Aman Yoko, Aman Yoko no, come out for a dorsal. Inti, so why bonny, so on your bonny, you say, you may mukra. That's what we are saying, woman. Tragically, painfully. That is what all the people are saying. And when they say, some can say, oh, ni padodo na eka, ombe say jitum, ombe some can say, fan say, oma kanti jitum. Say, oh, obia say, yenjai, obia say, omunjano. What do you say, the state versus Gyakye Quayson? And yet miracles, and yet another don't go kufadu. And your mind, and I think made a very important point. I say the precedents. Is it the case? Say, yes, say, yenjai asemno camp because on dip them. And I say, Odi Fonti, and I say, yes, say, oh, Odibim. It's a year, and I say, oh, Odi for the end, so shouldn't we have an interest as a country to establish whether even our laws, how is our law actually positioned on this matter? We are not interested. Meanwhile, this same matter, this same law, some book na yacho samra we mumu manento another citizen on them political party. Obeko kodem. So differ. Odibi muswa obecha kwata kwa nebasa. Why don't we allow our laws and our systems to work for everybody at the same time on equal measure? Me concern no. Me, I'm not saying say what I say I don't have a position on the matter. But my position is that how are we processing this? Are we being consistent, all of us? Including those speaking for and against. Are we consistent in all our views when it comes to issues like this? It's another man saying say any issue where you feel say any economic impact biano yenjaya na, because there are a lot of such issues. Omai tama abuk sakande yetse na yede ne quarter otwa quarter kwa ne ba afi yejeli na ofa mu ye no samre no the constituency was it Boku?
Yeah, Boku.
Boku for no. Omai Boku Central for no. Oman Tobama no. Didn't the people decide on him? Didn't they decide on him as their representative? And the question is that Okodemu, you don't kokot ye twana se sa manu kokot kodemu answer finally ye jelino. And none of Boku for what was happening to them. Were there not people who also decided that nipa not to send to Sankra Yepeno? Okay, almost say different. Almost you abusa can the DNA. I no not okra passport be no the wo. Who do omoka? The omoka ne say ene sabe your mind. Say me first can me the wall ya chum. Na say opra na ne yemu sun na pie na de nkoto hospital na yetumi ye surgery. Na say wen wu a. Na say we man o first can the wa tick na tick wu a. Ye nya me na me nko. So aja say na ye fa wu tum because wo de the tick wu ye. Me de wen wu. Basically, that's what it's. I don't know. I think minister. I don't know. It's unfair. I'm far from. So I just say, you know, for second, and I remember the media no war like chum. By like chum, we see ye. Ne soon pay by a pamuyen to win. But what then the other war tick na tick wu. Yes, you. Na say the panic lawyer no kasoti ase. Oh, I mind the end there. I tick wu ye. Into your for mind tum. But miracles the end there. Lawyer chum wu. Not way or kasi. Yenja miracles. I think that's the issue. That's the issue we are trying to create when it comes to Abu Sakande and Gyakye Quayson. In any case, nobody has even established that Gyakye Quayson is guilty of any criminal offense. Maybe. So why are you asking say Yenja na name to me?
Sure. On the face of it.
Yes, because of my men say Gyakye Quayson may go to court and come out not guilty. And now you see. Everybody commenting on this matter in that manner is being prejudicial. Everybody, every lawyer saying say Yenyano, every OBR because otherwise they would do so no work.
That was a yes, but I mean media or radio is to educate. That's what I say. So because an age issue enter null prosecutor and you're prejudicial. I say anything. No enter null prosecutor say discontinue the case. And age was said no never try. Aging was a right constitutionally to do that without any questioning.
But you see that
he's prosecuting.
And that brings me to that very important point I'm making here.
In the case of
that very important point I'm making here, say, wo person wo kasa na etie wa say oman for etie wa. Unto my person say AG should discontinue. So you give a reason. There are two people who have given two school of thought, and I said two reasons for mama. There are one group who say categorically say and yet on Abu Sakande de nyepe. And you are trying to
David
is heavier than
exactly
no
what kind of
that is the justification for that plea.
I mean yes, that's the point I made about stabbing. No, say I stab you, you don't die. Lawyer Chung stabs me, I die. They say, oh, because you didn't die, Lawyer Chung should walk. I should walk free. That's the point.
But to compare the two and say
that is my point. That is my point. And me feel say. Reasons. There are others who are also saying, say, oh, there are others who actually even go into the case. I've seen that NPP Communicators trying to show evidence of the renunciation certificate and whether it came a day before, 2 days. And for me, that is even why I would have always said we finish with this matter, because there is a sharp division as to whether if you get your renunciation certificate even 2 minutes before deadline of filing, you qualify or not. And I ain't an incomplete interpretation. That's a interpretation. They can say unqualified. That what happens. So exactly. So right now we assume it's a Papa with them. And we also assume it's on them, and that's where my problem is, and that is why I have a challenge with Nana Domahini's position on this matter.
That stand should be laid out.
I feel that there's a view that the state feels that they have a case against Gyakye Quayson. I also feel that there's no case. So it can only be settled in the court. So why
can't we look beyond these two streams and just end this?
Perfecto. That is when I then quickly come back and say, is it only for the good of the country when it is a big man?
Oh,
no, I'm just saying no. You understand?
It's a fair question anyway.
Because this morning, me say,
in any case, why should it?
Without any statistics, all of us seated here will not doubt the fact that about 80% of our people in our prisons are cases that we could let them be at home and sweep the streets.
And you're not far from it.
Without any data.
Of course.
So why are they there? Can't we look beyond that?
I mean, some need about 500 cities or so.
I know because I see your prisons and your book in the penny, I can say for be a case in Bra. Near show be an instant in your way. 90% of our prisoners will walk home. And we have our prisons decongested. But I mean, can say, I know what not to prison, but the other better crying, or better than water because you cannot broso. Simply because we follow the law to the letter. If you follow the law to the letter, Obi a bro, you don't cost 7 months. Obi a mobile phone at 150 Ghana, you don't cost 6 years. Edu Obi so I will say will be for the good of the nation. Who in this country and the interest and the good of the nation, and why in this country and the interest and the good of the country? I am not against Gyakye Quayson. I am not the Attorney General. Like I said, this matter it is not an NPP matter against Gyakye Quayson. We have no interest. Yeah, it's a China easy case of election. But any interest when it comes to the me, I don't want to hear any MPP person say we are not MPP as a political party. We run our party. You election. You say election. But we don't determine how an election is set up or not. We are not interested whether somebody goes to court or not. And you as a political party. So what I say, it's of no interest to us, but it's a worry when we run a country based on who you know, who you are, which group you belongs to. For me, I want to make how, and that is where the only place I'm with problem with another man is another daruma. Oko buno, but I said do my area ho. Oko buno area ho, and then me no can say one nanom emani bi. You don't want to for near any impact be on my no. Nana kebi momo. Nana echanopa but modiana ko circuit court one magistrate court you told this month but who is talking for them? You see the way our car say back akachi we will be no. Why are we not talking for the downtrodden? Why are we not using our voices to fight for the ordinary people on the streets? Why is it that any time we say a person contributing be of national interest, it must be people of prominence? Why? I didn't hear. On my DMC now. Let me jam officer. Me who upon circuit court. Tell you to be soon. I am telling you, and I'm not playing. Me jam office what top wa. Me who circuit court. What is a circuit court? Don't really draft was. On my, you discharge you. I'm deal to say in so. I'm telling you. I'm only until I'm case. Now when grab a court, if a lawyer was court, so I circuit in magistrate court. I'm only a 3-4 BP. Me doesn't describe you. Obi a case one no tie no akogide dem. Nti lawyers ni be to court ho. Oba na uni bi uni lawyer. No perfection e bia man. No so no we introduce you. Ono so no introduce you. On visa we introduce you keke. It is a bibi na is okay bi no wa keke amfani e do ko. Nana should speak for them because it's obvious that Nana kasa omanity me boa. Any thing na topic. Nana me show kebi momo. Because enye mo pe enye people in parliament, any people in government, any political party people like Atik, Lawyer Chu Mope, and I'm interested in national interests. There are people suffering. There are cases that do not have to continue. Attorney General versus Anglofono. Some cases Attorney General versus Anglofono. Lawyer, you have no idea. My message, you have no idea the number of people who have been jailed today. My view, trivia. But money the Electoral now. The same book now. Ya try Gyakye Quayson in same room no. Some book ni mo in a biye. Ni the jail is for no enne. Echna ebimu so be jailed.
Man, I'm trying to remember case BC. Me I'm racking my brain to remember case BR. Attorney General say we success the predecessor no. A filing only prosecute. It was a very tenacious issue, but filing only prosecute. I'm trying to remember. You understand? It was even more serious. Because it undermined
sitting court.
What is here? And we were able to finally prosecute. And it is on that basis I feel said, like I said, when you balance the common good against the weight of the alleged crime, no, me feel say society is better served
if when there is no prosecution.
Exactly.
Than there is.
What has here? Because to the extent they look, they undermine the very institution of the judiciary. Now so you can say mungo vi unkoda. I didn't even pursue him. Who share no the gravity? Who na wobro for mami west ni bi.
But mami ade bi. One thing also with the knowledge is say one more day working. Even though say court ni ja omo no. Any other AG can also raise that matter again to.
Oh, sir.
And
what doesn't mean sir.
And after that in discharge.
Many interest.
I don't say. What me attorney general
only many interest, but so my him with my first of you.
Yes, because I'm cool here, mammy.
Oh yes, yeah, you can take it again. And I want to prosecute one. And the only say because the court cannot question you, no court means me reason to open the one temple. Because the court doesn't have that power to question you. Doesn't
apply to
no.
Okay.
No. So also if double jeopardy ne ba obra I mean exactly you know what deal here exactly ne asa no ba fasam kro na bi
my one said lawyer can so the lawyer can kwede chesa asem in case you do wie because sisi akwa no ka say
asum mo ko jancha
and apart from that so chire bi kra no so ko file
they be like I was talking about representation simple or you the term now you still feel strongly
Sal has no
baba
no okay
has no representation
they are taking it
Colombia has no representation
they are taking it
yes from Colombia
they are taking it me show phone my question phone what me house me call it what to be me your phone what to you what you on my channel you call me you don't tell phone here that's how we are called Aboagye. So many years. I want to see how we are. What about me?
Oh, they are doing for today.
Alan.
There's one man.
Alan McCann and Safwa. So, but we are just about 3 hours.
Yeah.
Well, that must be.
Yeah.
It's important. Now, but maybe I'm when they go on.
Reason being,
no, we
don't answer the question.
No, reason being,
we are not come. We are more answer.
I want to say,
but it's
NDC in India. Every 2008, NDC in India. About me and we are there. Wait, we ask. Come on,
for good reasons.
Oh yeah, I mean, about me, there's obviously has changed the face of our politics, and we can't take it away from you. I mean. When say a catholic brother, many article your history. Also, your castle say, you say party mumu, your crophobia, you don't share your chum fruma. So I just you will be oh nama no being appointed to a buy our party now. Why are no a politician? You almost why you try fruma until party bad boys. I think why election party bad boy. But Baumia is not that kind of politician. What I say, he is one that has a fine balance between the politics and the technicalities. And to be kaya, they be as a mechanic of them. Before 2008, when you politics, no, a match is key soap in politics. You have a tour by Yanka, yeah, the answer is that you call around and you do other, the bubo, yes, or Quacotoma Brunino. A baby can post a candidate to grab one more fair. It's the first time coming, and finish the troops here quiet from a woman of Cono. So I just say, but Dr. Baumia since 2008, today in this country, Ubisa Obia say NPP message. From 2008 to now, they can tell you under education, under health, industry, employment, they will tell you. That was when it started. He started all this, one that, we'll do this, we'll do that, and then the caught fire. I'm to and no can say NDC for no matter what they have to struggle to come up with something here. And I think NDC they are doing what they are catching up small. So I just say they are catching up small. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia dear. On my hair in every generation, in the life of every country and every political you may like him, you may not like him. We'll be a crowd and maybe a party I won't see. Okay, yes, okay, no problem. But he as a person, as an individual, and there on my hair is without blemish. I see. Let me tell you, I'm moving exercise, and any pamians
Alan Kojo Chemante. No, but so we don't go. Other candidate on Moko betting. No, what kind of candidate was himself? We will say specific question. Specific question. So candidate, you know, and then the article person or can
at least all kind totality. No saying now when you sing
my betting the interest in the way of it.
He's representing NPP here. He's not representing
what party no.
You are not here representing the entire party. No, who can say
on can send me a source. Me article review there. Well, we can say me review there. That
you are not representing any party.
Now me see on my intimate review.
Okay, so
why you gonna give me? Why you gonna give me?
Are you Martin?
On my party not free. On my penny be dey say atoso na no. When you say party ni mu no. Even though we need say when are you on my here no. Your party name running in Shisha. So I just say, any Nema Emma will qualify, say, to me, AGA in Crampo. So, in Tisana Bay, I never say Gyakye Quayson near the Mano. Because Gyakye Quayson say, almost say, what form of electoral process. In Tisa, better no afford the opportunity to ask candidates no questions. The Ukraine Chess of Ukraine would qualify, say, according to their party name Rano, to me, Empo Esther and the crowd say, I got to swab. And I'm sure say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia when it comes to delivery on such things in the A class, no doubt about that. 2024 will be a very interesting contest. I can tell you, it will be a very, very, very interesting contest. That's why when I hear people who want to make 2024 seem like a given for Ghana emissary, and this is for you are talking about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, MP Neteso. You call it really. Also, what to about 2 weeks later? When Pineto so going to so would they precursor to 2024? But the was different. Why is it different? Why is it different? Oh my,
no, but then you know it was different.
Why is it different? Oh my, no, I am not. I am being very, very decisive. Oh my, you are 2 obey parliamentarians. Back when you strong good. Back when you strong good. I say not even strong.
Anybody strong.
Oh, me say strong good. I haven't said it somebody's. Me say strong good. Back when you strong good. Back when you strong good. What it means is that no. What it means is that it could be 50-50. Now, when something is 50-50, how do you claim your friend is saying superiority over something that is 50-50?
But I'm
making the point. You see, I don't hear what to address. I think, how do you claim superiority over something that is 50-50?
Yeah.
In fact, even if it was 50-50 before this by-election, I can say after the time we're going to the by-election, it was 60-40 or 70-30 because you were an incumbent. What I say, with all of this other sympathetic issues around it. No, my own chrome. Obi time said then. Me come chrome can say one time I say omuchimi tuma. Ometima tuma ma demo. Ombetoma me. Or time me cry me nunia.
Exactly, but some of
no problem. As for politics, the election, the Ukuma, you sell your message, whatever would fly. You know?
Some actually missold you.
You come and say that and say, I send out your precursor. Maybe the problem. Maybe the Massima come up to now and say, send the NDC friend near G or Tribune, almost bone. After the NDC from part to be released statement, but easy about police, about media. Yes, 2024. The same issue now, the same material, the same ballot papers, the same ballot boxes, the same
cage. Saying that electoral commission you may be in Australia and oppose for you.
And be
now, what we say now, you see, your questions are when it becomes obvious. Say, we do chonkuan and ipana juman koyi.
Yes,
because anytime we are the
best.
They did. I had the statement here. Yes, I had the statement here. They are something original and they release the statement. They indicated the day. In fact, even that one cried for there. Now even I said not and almost as you. No more prepared ground on the call your mom come on too. Now get this from pa ya to aba. During the election, you shoot to my car. You're 2 years You're 2 years or my common you see and can number be a point and say if you have a principle, stand by it. If you did, you stand by a certain principle, I don't know who you are the car. I don't know who you need and we just answer me because
everything was cool.
Exactly, because you won. That is my challenge. That's my problem. So what I'm saying is that next time
is good for them.
Yes.
Let's complain. No complain.
Exactly. International relations. No, international relations. Even though there were a few skirmishes at North, it was okay. But is there any election that they were? In fact, I say throughout the election they were isolated, 1 or 2 incidents. But you can't use one incident to condemn everything. Hey, and this is what they can say for you. Now they about 2 hours over 120 police stations. Issues this will be here. I have a president. But this one, they claim said during the course of the election, some of this car was shot. To date. But they said it was shot. But they said it was shot. But they said it was a gunshot. But in the news, they said it was a gunshot. Now, I understand, but I'm saying that during the election, they said it was a gunshot. In fact, days before the election, what they say, your friend is saying, organizer. You mean? Because almost tax. Now come and see, they've brought over 800 military men. They brought exaggeration. Exactly. No material. On my own material. Yeah, but we are. They say because there is no election of political parties in complaining. Yeah. Every election, we complaining. We complain. Every election you have. That's why you have agents. And the agents and supervisors. But the point is that you complain, like the general secretary did. When he realized things were not going well and there were violence everywhere, he complained. But you also release this statement. I can say, oh, you, in spite of issues, you know, improvement. I don't know what you release this statement. This are. Release this statement. That is my challenge. This is something I can't say now. I say, maybe say me can't say me kind of being said no, baby, I'm free benny. Ubet me complaining, ubet me at the idea, but men de is in at them. Don't vilify them, don't insult them, don't run them down, don't destroy our only institution. Judiciary, mu vilify more and NBC, any time I'm back there is justice. There is injustice. It doesn't make sense to me. Honestly, it makes no sense to me.
Atik, and never tell who's here by disqualified anyone.
No, my name is the American.
I have no idea. Ni najina kwanya candidates now meba omo.
It can be new everything.
And you super delegates.
No,
they are doubting somebody anyway.
I didn't say Ubana and Kawasem ye be forms ni be a biatu now want me yan ye dia bit me you with him. But on the basics dear from where I sit a bedding. Because to be qualified to contest, you must be a citizen, you must be 40, you must be of sound mind, which is very relative. Sound, because really, anche your measure. I
will disqualify a bit more.
And your monquampo, a bit more bab, would your mamma to Cabehadri. What you say? The controversial. No, me can't crab by Behadrin cash here, Banker Behadrin. What you say? Into overall, no, I don't see anybody being disqualified. Niparangas and Kebeya no forms in the betray. Maybe you were unable to fill with forms no on time, maybe didn't be, and so on and so forth. But nonetheless, I haven't supervised some of these things. Maybe I catch us that it will be a month for a year.
Okay.
Well, it be time ni yasun on your required number no na ubimwa ono na ono.
It will be that yes, I almost said in.
Oh, if they really want to meticulous, don't bet me here.
And some of the questions are converting, so they
must have gone through.
That's important. And I wouldn't like you have to do that.
What was that?
North Biasa
11.
How many pages?
No, say number of nominated example for each. Is it district? Is it according to districts or constituencies?
Constituencies. NBI is 2.
So overall,
275 times 2.
That's about 370 something. What you say? Until ombetimi aye na enyo bia sometimes on internal contest we obetimi akọ na obia oil constituency chairman and the executives no omum feel candidate no they can frustrate you from getting the required signatories what is here in the bedroom area be say we 2-2 but sometimes it can be difficult to come by.
Okay, so your first 5 where for your first 5
as in
for the aspect.
But in the like I said, I suspect we will be qualified.
I'm saying that the special vote in your first 5, those who make it to the real elections,
those I wish make it and those who make it.
Those who
wish because those who make it they can't predict.
I like a wish question.
those you wish, those
it's different from those who make it.
Wish.
I may wish and
those you wish.
Those I wish. I wish. Ola Chairman Dr. Baumia, Ura Boachi Jaku, Kinida Japon, and who else?
I could tell you your comment.
Oh, one must have been one number. Oh no, David. It will be big. It will be a tragedy if he makes it to the first 5. It will be a gargantuan tragedy. Who else? The Bodine Ebia.
I might Japan. Gyakye. Adenimo. Apreku.
Another fine brain. Minyaya. But you see, medical can share. I mean, when you're looking for brains. Masa. Oh, Masa.
So you are looking for Gyakye, Alan Chemantin,
Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, Kennedy Japan.
So Bakuna can also
on your account cry.
And I say Gyakye.
On count.
Japan.
Now, my desire open the free campaign.
Ora Dr. Apreku is a fine brain. Either of them, I think it's okay. Either of them is normal. But why wouldn't can you're a very good friend there. Minyesh was your no better.
Online campaign manager.
When can I say?
Now wouldn't
oh, a doctor.
I'll create employment.
But have you checked the performance of the Agric Ministry?
It was terrible. It was
plenty for food and job.
It was abysmal.
No, you don't look on the surface to conclude.
Ghana is number 1 in terms of food inflation.
That's where you might get a problem.
But where do I look? Apart from looking at, so where else? Sideways. Sideways.
Don't you see? Don't do that.
Let me understand what you're trying to do.
Don't say region, for instance, a farming area, related areas. Would they go and check Gyakye fever there?
Do you know what that means? Gyakye fever is equivalent to shortage of fertilizer. That's what it means. People are down with Gyakye fever, which means shortage of fertilizer. Now, but I don't want to personalize it.
But I don't even know.
You asked me for my first
initiatives are free. Agric Ministry and Sana Obe Dagana. Why do you sit and behave so far away from what is happening?
Some question. I don't have an answer. Maybe some because we soon the answer. No. What's the when you are in a debate?
No. Do you know what is happening now?
What am I don't know what you are engaged in a debate. Then the panel the points number no,
you cannot run away.
I'm not running away. You asked me a question which I have no answer.
Yeah.
Now what I will be saying. And when you asked it, now it's a campaign manager. Well, and mommy, now fine. But eventually, maybe say
5, no.
5, no.
Yeah.
These are the 5. I mean, which said they would make it. Okay. But the most important issue I say guide on Munina and campaigns. They should not just be looking at which of us makes it to the first 5. Ultimately, when the big winning, the biggest task is how do you reconcile with the rest. And the main issue I say concerning every candidate. I'm saying no big cause so emboa because you make it difficult. Minyesho say one of the candidates are almost I'm not sure say or no on his knowing him he would go out of his way to say arrange my entry in such a way that it would create the kind of confusion I created. Minyesho mo amubuano eye adwuma no sebi you ought to be very circumspect. Because the needless backlash be by. And Minyesha was a candidate on his own, would go out of his way to say, oh, Muma Membra at the time, I say no. It doesn't make sense. Well, and Yakoka, obviously, there was breakdown in protocol. That's unacceptable. Because we are Sana, the man may mean well, but we are. How do you reconcile with the rest? Because says there is, I mean, whoever is running to become, our main task should be on how at the end of the day, boom. Because your enemy is not the rest of you are omu contest, The biggest opponent is the one you are going to run the elections against. And if amongst you there is division and you are going to spend 1 year doing reconciliation, you will have lost the elections before it could even begin. Media omu campaign, omu nyasheye, omu kasem, omu niyem, so that at the end of the day they wouldn't have to spend many months trying to reconcile the other groups. I think that this issue of I say not rally, if anything, Dr. Aboagye, I think the party leadership, they have been very unfair to the vice president. Very, very, very unfair to the vice president. The party leadership. Yeah. Organize the rally, and me, my trainer, I'm expecting say, ebeba. But the vice president deserves an unqualified apology from the organizers of the rally. And the national organizers are patrol accepted. Man, to say for the chopper, my daughter Aboagye. Tell me, Bema and Brebiano. Let me explain to you. Or myself with the unim, and you know how these things work. Say, program ne koswa. Yashisho embre obia beba.
Arabas ne for that one.
Ene ekwan obia be fa so kra yeden. Aba. Inti organizers no.
Even protocol have to clear you to.
Way ahead of time. Organizers no edikan any protocol arrange baby a vice president obefa.
Of course. You have to determine that with the
any baby a omanpeni so kwan. Any ya kanyina so yeden ekwan. Oman would be say vice president and now president. Say osi fem feeling person ogina fem a. Da kanyina enhye nsa wo.
No, of course.
Da kanyina enhye nsa. Nti yebo window nim say na we si. Ye kasa mbra so betenase a na watenase. Nti eba ne sen na me mo invite me say member mo program. So I just say na mba be ka na ye program na ye fe. Na me na me vice president and me ba say oje microphone. Na we announce na we introduce me. Na obiom say o mampani abedi chiri mamba bedu no ade na me ba. No beyond sign introduction and that's why I think that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is a victim. No, he's a victim of that fiasco. He is a big victim of that fiasco because of Mampenia Bedeche Bar, everything ceases.
No, but no big Kazana.
Yes, it's Eban is saying, and I'm inviting Mr. Membra. Na messy film na you usher me na we share me unacceptable. So just here. So Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and the entire team they deserve an unqualified apology from the organizers of the program. Absolutely. Not the other way around. He is a victim. He is a victim as Alan Chamanti is. And it has caused some disaffection for him. Same for that I find say Alan Chamanti because I don't think I also man penya be the chamber na wokasa. Oh no, same thing. Ntiano na media so akwase disaffection wa me say me so na say media me yesi me film na meba yes and meba no asha me nobody is blaming the vice president so just here you know what I'm saying so those who are in charge at least up to now no maintain some more renders apology
yeah so the national apology from the national organizer was not good
no
was it to
take responsibility for whatever
to the vice president
so now to Bawumia
yeah to the he deserves no allegement the man in the statement. But the vice president is a victim because introducing you. Yeah, introducing you. No. They say it was when he got into Beshokra. Onokra no do any more onokra so many to know who say. Yeah, because it's noisy. So they didn't even tell him say something. No. He didn't see it. Or do any more onokra so man in this one so no who cry say. Obi crazy na. It's just stage so. And now we yes.
Didn't do
so I just say because on my what's a rally sound. Wouldn't crowd room now? Yeah, you don't see anything. Oh, that's how I'm crowd no say oh my own.
kasa na ye kasa on stage no so no nipa be 10% when they abo ka no muti o e fans no say wo ka ni on ka ni o ye dey about fans it don't dey abo keka ka no kra no muti so ajase no wa shame in through the same friend say route awo the man me no say me protocol for the man me no. And let me tell you another thing. Tamo mampenia be the chi we some call baby they have to stop somewhere with the president. Eti ono have to come quickly and come and sit before the president gets there. Because eti tamo mombe do one. The protocol team ni si fam kwayo. Ko bisa say yembra satan na yala jamante na kasa. Tama protocol team ni si your call stage no so. Enquire say Vice President Brano. It wasn't Mr. Lenchamanti speaking.
But if I don't come put this 1 second.
So it wasn't Mr. Lenchamanti speaking. What it means is that what it means is that the expectation is that say you catch as a Vice President, baby not so umbrella. Everything ceases.
Yeah, not just everything.
If you don't call once a year, call friend, a friend say you call for Vice President, but you don't call somebody else to come and speak. You don't call somebody else to come and speak when you have signaled the same year then. And I am expecting say the organizers of the party of the program they should render an apology to the vice president.
Was it party leadership and I said just
send there of course
organize here.
Yes,
that's not organized
and he messed up.
Apologize.
No.
Also or GBB.
No, send there. Say whether I don't know. No, I think hold on. It may not necessarily be Nanabi. Yeah, but but responsibility. The other things no. When it comes to that particular event, really.
It means he organized it.
Yes, that is why he is
Aboagye.
Oh my.
No, that's
no. I think say so na be so you man to check.
Aboagye.
But on to remember, I friend of Baba we say oh, me the my way so on share and I'm the from so nyina. And I think it's one of the best things Nanabi has done when it comes to that particular incident, because to even come and accept such a huge responsibility, it shows how magnanimous he is.
Okay,
but I expect say of course that's
not to take responsibility.
Of course.
Wow, they say
as if say like he was being charged.
Haven't we seen so many people come to justify?
You own up to it.
No, haven't we seen people mess up in this country? Haven't we seen people up to now? I apologize to us for doing so.
Apologize.
So many example to be our my not then America was and I will come on my way prejudice here. On my the prejudice. I said and you know say who attend. I was me police dey know. Ade ba ko me area ba ko me adwuma kase pa na me presidential security at some point, and then me well trained in presidential security exercise. Tie ba sa na me pa na me tie say ye pa. If the president or the vice president is coming for a program, he doesn't just enter. That's why we have what we call an advanced team. The CI, what you normally call them the CIs. The CIs, any protocol for the decant or no, and a report to my woman, see now the ground is ready for it to come. Into the route on which that's what for him that you use route until a lead person and then they'll come. To Orbano, that awareness Orbano. One way one is aware that he is coming. Yes, the way actually.
So that's it. We are aware so Oba. It is when we say Oba. You are so if your organizers what's the political rally and normal state function different. The political rally you have to prompt the whether it's MCOs or whoever. Say they are saying because one say if you hold on or pause or something, then the course we are then you pause it on top of the room and then you continue. That is how it's supposed to be. But unfortunately, I'm sure didn't man go my question just to get the understanding. It's not all but now then it's wrong. It's wrong. Then
it's more information. After the time of protocol, no confirm me or Makacha and say, yeah, Vice President Abano. Honorable Chairman was not the one speaking.
Yeah, so I'm still and one of the future makers exactly and one of the future makers
only
Sir President
you own up to it.
Sir President advice about mine. But because one what they back exact venue. It wouldn't take him more than 5 minutes to get there. So does it. Someone peniba and I see be another trip from the spot to ever see free castle Eba Independence Square. It will not take him 5 minutes to get there.
Yeah.
Koko mo nyam moto no lead ni enya lead. I mean the next 3 minutes you are there.
do I mean minimum I for sometimes minimum pa. And taking 5 minutes was here. And and where they best say mistake be not a buy and that yes and for sure should accept it. They didn't communicate well because then say or no mampani I mean why will he become a bro because no make I main cash require make I see a call Sunyani Congress for President Wilson in that ground day when President Wilson was coming in. I mean as it were the president is always the last person to come in. Obama will be team the president to me man and vice president is and you see very wrong. Yes. And it's very wrong.
So Obama say my
yes. Obama can't come. Yeah. The vice president should never appear at the program. President do order that. Then they don't have to appear. It's wrong. And a minister, the minister quite anyway for somebody because what does it? You don't have to show up for somebody no call. Sanity. Really? Yes, I'm telling you. Yes. That is how it's done. Should do a program. When the president sits, no other person comes up. And for that reason, when you create what they call the MSC, the maximum security zone, into be enter. Anyway. And I'm about my dear, there's something you can say in all of this, no. So I will need to assist a woman into be more fat. There is what is the political advantage in the vice president or nobody decides over Batam
in fact, on Bibium said that it was very deliberate.
Wow. What is it? Okay, so
not necessarily on the part of the vice president.
But you can only impugn that. No, but you can only impugn that if the person has a benefit in that. In fact, the person who has suffered political difficulties and the vice president because and can the first be introduced. So I just say, any applause in the crowd against him. No, but listen, that was the time when. But how can somebody be introduced and somebody is talking? That was when I went to. Keep quiet. That was when he himself, Alain Chamanti himself saw the vice president. He saw him. He was
from Kennedy's account.
Forget Kennedy's account. I'm telling you. Listen, forget Kennedy's account. Present and the video. Listen, you and I were not there. Yes, listen. The man was speaking. The man was saying, "Come here, no, they be able to now." Okasa, and a more and can you and what and Yalan and Ekasa. The vice president deserved a befitting introduction. So what is the political advantage in this? Who your campaign when you say we need shake. So in simple terms, in the one more organize a program, no one take a protocol, one they messed up.
Big time.
And yes, I know. And penny for wouldn't some programming and but the key speakers nakasa. So the key like Alan Chamantin Obekasa obra mampani any abedition nyabede ababetrase you can allow the national organizer general secretary chairman and the other for to talk when ebi mampani abedition must be mampani by it's okay but the very prominent or the VVIPs among them obekasa omunyina kasa obra sampani fo nyaba by them so it was an error and I'm sure the organizers no they will just do the right thing but I'm a sin of a Juma I see Menuyan you saw it. It's NDC party in the ball a police abaswa. Me and Cousin I'm by which I'm said, and we never say, Madam said, make up my them couldn't make it so. I went around many until most of the police stations. And but for the very first time of mine, if you are not winning the by election in India. Police stations, I mean, you find senior police officers as superintendent, chief superintendent, because a chief superintendent at one police station, is it a confederate? Thank you. Okay, the deputy commissioner. But I saw a deputy commissioner at a police station. And so, for once, I've been very senior officers and other rounds in you not see less than 6 people at one police station. Normally, elections, one. Be one fire service officer, be one prison officer, one immigration officer, be no police station. Yapon or not be akoboko. But for once, we saw them in their numbers. EBM, Obaka, me amenu nearby ABY. ABY, my report even to you on the ground. So, no can I say, or can I say, maybe I was your cordeno. Yes, I am a combo my media for the young train the young through camera and to FMPK. All these things were things that were done in orderliness. A ma, I mean, Basa Sabia,
2024 to be at okay. 7 is happy. Walk out, there was a process.
Okay, so these things, when you see them, you have to commend them. So making police phone call maybe some 1 or 2 people be they were should I say they were impersonating one question police in Italian any military and I know me be and I saw one of them police they not say police dey ba kwana police from you kuta ni mu ana hom ne ko am say police na we here say oh exactly so no ana wo ne ko so yes baby am mu ya ade ne be ka the one ni yesu ye unnim ne memetra abawachi but when you do well to recommend you. It is a commendation by you. It's not because NDC won, that is why we are commending them. But why you did what? Me, I tell you, because me, I
never done that.
I just so the point is that why you the way you never can. Dan many never try hard. That Papa was saying. Say Bokweku. I'm not here, and I'm supposed to be a ticket. And you remember, you're scrutinizing on Evan saying, Kumawu. Baby, I see be called to our mobile and he confirmed it. So, baby, and Kayeno, Yabaka, Amoajatum. What you do, Mekaya was a raised the issue, and he confirms that the president visits here. I'm on Kokopio. And that they escorted the person out with the police and so on and so forth. So, the air can say, Electoral Commission is a referee. One no, I almost have to be there. But on the day of election, we will show when to support me or to support Dennis. What I say, you just play a role as a referee. It's we are now in the but we are for so about what they are. Okay, we are for so about what they are. We will carry you and we will criticize you as well. It's the end of the size of momentum. That's my point. Right. Now, I know. Other way. Yeah, but no prime minister. And we see the NPP prime minister. As over 2 million people. And this need to be people. Yeah, the other and some woman can pay. Oh, and you want to make it. And now it's a very question. Some of them is a possible 5 in the Mozambique and I will be something. Maybe so. Okay, and that dream and me and son from a me flyer and I said, listen, I'm schedules and a lunch Martin number 1, or number lunch Martin number 1, and then 2 year Poku, and then number 3 on His Excellency Dr. Mahamudu Baumia. Ochanabaya Island. It's all about teacher Mantin Ajako, Kwabena Eje Japan, and then Kennedy or Japan. 3. And then Wednesday, Kofi Kunadu Apreku, Dr. Usofu Yakuto, Joe Gate Senior, and from my AG, and then Thursday, the last person which is on that Francis Adynamo.
Just one
person. Because Thursday is the only one on the 6th. So Gedi can move in a time. So woman na womatimi anya sikatria na womokro na wotimi esikanso betua bi wasen no fon so e ma asen no fo ni nyina ye na miensa na akonde ne de kodwopoku de mese na ndim ni yie papa onyo bia mennu ni pa betimi aka no but the first two, I mean the first and the third ne de send ya asodwa ye ni mu EMT for ya mmienu ana ehohoi economic management for na mmienu so ka na jaba bia edu na yedrei ni nyina ncha na na me ka sem go UTV say Breton they we are going to interrogate you on your good and your bad. So I will wish that certain questions will be asked when, for instance, Alan is sitting there and when Baumia is also sitting there, and questions should border on our state today, because these two gentlemen are part of our good and our bad today. Alan, take it or leave it, was a trade minister for about, in fact, Mr. Kwanka, he has been the longest serving trade minister in our history of Ghana. Because 8 years under Kufuor, if I'm right, and then about 6 or 7 years under Kufuor, or 5 years, or 6 and 5. 6 years, right? 6 years under Kufuor. 114 good years. I mean, we've been giving me one position. What does it? Like I said, he has been part of our good and our bad. It is over now because he is looking for a bigger portfolio. I think Alan, when he visited him, and I said, Minister Dr. Bomian, one of them was saying, some
mon ka woni nipa mbe mu nyini ma the political party NPP na mo mbe mu ko na abra Ghana for so say mo busa nipa no say wo be adwuma na so wo mu yo ye ne timi bo Ghana de ba bi ejina ne yi a mo nyina mo di ho adanse wo bo ayen then you query him on his efficiencies and inefficiencies. Number some answers or possible answers that or questions that we need Ghana for tomorrow. If you should bring such a person as your candidate for the political party, okay, it's important. And we can't say that so especially on our economy. But my plea or my request is that, or I wish that they were queried or they were questioned on this thing that I've outlined. What not to when I become a first 5 for the year. When you have but me bo that me more first 5 me bo me bo 10 in and I me kwam say 3 6 na 10 into 10 year na boss so na first 5 no there I was a possible 5 I say after super delegate qualify. Oh, okay. I mean, the first 3 is obvious, which is Alan, Baumia, and Japan. For them, they are mostly different from what the surveys that I've seen so far. No, they are leading as the first 3. So you're going to put 2. Two no there. Who's your free equity there be because I mean, planting for food and jobs. Ghana became the highest food inflation. I mean, the country with the highest food inflation. Why was what the campaign manager my etia, which mean defending Mamoya or my hand of Brasanti. I mean, Yashabimundi into how they not. Jogati, senior, with a man in sound here, but was what Bamwa, but I didn't know die and so dear. I will not run away to another to me. I can bit me a couple out. Voluntarily can we pull out like a hound can beam. Kobe Japan can you bat, but Kobe Japan cannot sail to the first 5. Kobe Japan. What to be my first 5? No, what to my first 5? You know, the Tokof Kuna Proku. I mean, when a year be across, and I say, across is it as a one you but America said there should be an age limit for our presidential term. With age, we want to be in Casa President. Oh, Supreme Court is 70. Inti say no 75 come be 18 point many problem. Supreme Court na say him say must be infinity. Oh, I ain't find some Emma to president. But him there. No, we should Supreme Court to. No, Supreme Court is 70 years. I mean and it's a public service more or less. In a presidential as a public service into say why 70 yeah presidential 75 can na bad. Nanka after certain age be there. Come home. So that's here. Maybe it's possible that you can join to make 4.
Yes, more sports review now.
And then a dynamo as antiphone to me consider the own suitable.
A dynamo.
Yes. Now they are coming who politics that you can say you rule out tribalism, but it works. Ashanti region is one of the regions that could have the highest constituencies in the country. 47. And more 5 per police station to multiply it by the number of constituencies or more any constituencies via police stations or it is antiphone to me consider this year padia and then most stand a chance of coming in over also free equity even those who mean in life or something ever and then most should be stronger because no as a son a bad thing in terms of might be because of your for with the but I offer there some of the time can you be a McLack one for vision jobs alpha mother baba alpha. I say, I'm why into I'm why and all these room ye. Okay. But the crowd criminal, the only baby and in no, yeah, the go post, yeah, train won't make a country. My time, coming down. No matter what me was someone. When I was another time, oh,
Miracle Aboagye.
Spokesperson, which way? One job, I mean, because I make a job. Oh, sorry, 834.
634.
My muscle.
Mama Nusi. Money Rafa on power. One opposition.
What's that? Train. On power. Manusia, the animal was over power. One hour opposition for the Casa. 1 hour opposition for opposition for opposition parties here. Oh, is it one job over 80 Nepal mind they make it. One bako independent from their super delegates. I mean, number for the general people, and that's some general delegates in the more term. So, bias a cost, you know. Bias a cost because now we've seen several public officers being shipped in line supporting one candidate. Our economy net to get see you as a job with Matt one minute to campaign one candidate. And try ye Nazan Necoso. When I would like a be to come and Panakan and Autumn will be and Kabi no be any and the Yafu Afra and will be an Mboko. Plan about video about coming with one Gano, whether I want to one at time I was a how I can pay about me. President Justifa. I saw a bomb in India, that is to be confident. No, oh my, there is a woman is here. This is for the hair sometimes. Politics in your body. It's your custom now of that trouble. Or more common privacy. Will be great to contest TV. Bonipa Bakwa now or your party MP and your party officer. Or to be decent here, it's here, your mama. Oh, so what can say? Oh, say, yeah, we pay party for people to line. No, no, can say in 3 years, I'm saying more Mudia 19 years. Mudia 19 years, Munina, oh, not here. No one at Yana, Casada, your mama, party, national officers, regional officers, constituency officers, we saw it all. So I just said, Munina, I line double in the bar, and I'm Mudi, Doma, oh, me ba. But I know better as entry or my intimidity or my me, Latinia Banty, my time be possible in collaborating in Albany, me whom and kind a free tiffy, me shemo, fitting in collaborating themselves, me shokri, me show, or my intuition said, me a margin. Into me, what the part, me. Yeah, that's why I need to what better radio so I can say.
Permanent page of a NSKBC Dominas Safari Tissue DBS Roofing. Wow, Jibril so shady. We are so grateful. We are meeting. Like Chimidasi, Miracle, and Afi, Atik, Mohammed.